Yo, what's up guys, and welcome to a brand new Let's Talk for round 3, the Austin, Texas Grand Prix. Obviously, a funky circuit, not really one of my favourite ones. I don't know how you feel about it.
Very good, is it?
I personally don't like it. And yeah, today we're doing the casual, normal Let's Talk, obviously talking about all the classes from Moto3, Moto2 to MotoGP. There will be the timestamps down in the comments that we have included for the, I think it was in the last one. And it'll also it'll be in all of them from now. So you can skip to that if you want to go straight to a specific category. Well, yeah, we're going to start off with Moto 3, the smaller class, the 250cc, whatever they are, machines. And the winner of that race was Hijomeatman, my little prediction or whatever you want to call it. Hijomeatman.
Yep.
He is the one that I put my prediction on for every race. Because, I mean, yeah, well, I mean, he's a very good rider, obviously. Very good last year, obviously, remember, with the pole positions. And he is, I think, probably definitely the favourite for this title this season. I mean, 2 out of 3 wins.
Yeah.
Very good. I think he would have probably won Argentina also if he hadn't done the funky thing. But he took the race win. And he was actually by quite a decent gap, you know, because Austin obviously has that long, like, straight with a slipstream, so it's hard to pull out a gap. But he done decent. Kind of reminded me a little bit when he was pulling out that gap, like, was it Danny Kent in 2015, I think, maybe? Not obviously, I think Danny Kent put out a big gap. I think. I can't really remember.
Yeah,
but
Danny
he did leave the pack. But that was kind of surprising. It just showed how much pace he had over them. You know, he kept his tyres in a good condition. Obviously, took the race win for Honda, which was very good. Obviously, made me happy because my prediction won. But yeah, he done bits once again, and once again, you know, he's done that thing like Qatar where he just left the field, which is a bit worrying, maybe. I don't know, for the future races. You know, when he's just like Vamosing from the pack, you know, we always see these big groups, which we did see actually through the race. For most of it, it was only right at the end where Martin did Bastianini. I think he also pulled away a little bit.
Yeah, Bastianini broke away as well
P2.
from the group. Yeah,
so it was them two that they just left. I mean, it was a decent race. I wouldn't say it was one of the best ones. Hijomeatman definitely had a good strategy to push. Bastianini, he tried. Obviously, Bastianini got P2 for the Leopard. I think that's his first podium for the Leopard.
Crashed in Qatar. Termas, I think he got 4th in Termas, I think. So a look.
It's good to see though that Bastianini is, even though he did crash in Qatar, he's like competitive and
he's consistent. That's the word. He's consistent as well. He's consistently fast. He's always there. So obviously, you know, there's only been 3 races, but he is. I
mean, yeah, there's only been 3 races, but these 3 races are so different from each other. They're like so.
When we get back to Europe in 2 weeks' time,
like,
that will be
unique.
That will be the big one in a few weeks' time. Jerez, for many reasons across all categories as well. We'll get onto them a little bit later on, but yeah, like Joby said, Martin was ahead of the second Honda. Obviously, 2 Hondas on the podium and also KTM. Bastianini was in 2nd place, and like we briefly touched on, it's good to see his consistency back on the podium in Moto3. Obviously, like Joby said, the first one of the season could have been the second, but the mistake in Qatar. And I think he could be a threat for the championship this year.
Definitely.
But it's Martin.
He does need to keep that crash. I mean, because Hijomeatman rarely crashes.
No, he rarely makes mistakes.
Like, he's so quick and consistently quick, whereas the others, they try to mash his pace and then you just see them on the ground.
And obviously Martin as well. Forgot to touch on this where you were talking. He's apparently signed that deal with KTM in Moto2.
So
that's going to be dangerous as well. With
especially if he adapts super quick to that, like Bang
if he does what Johan Mir's doing at the moment,
stuff like that.
And that's going to be quite a deadly combination, I think. And obviously he's got the contract extension to MotoGP if he wants it, which I would guess with the Tech 3.
Yeah.
KTM.
Unless he does so good in Moto2, they're like, he goes straight to the factory. But that's obviously an exciting future for him. I mean, he's very quick and by himself, which is for me the most surprising thing about Hijomeatman, because everyone else they always use a toe. whereas he just goes out and does it by
get the
himself. I don't know how.
he rides
I guess
around
he's just super good on the brakes, or I don't know, because I don't know really, because everyone has to slip shim to do all that slip shim on the straight, and he's just by himself, and then he just like 0.6 faster than them. So I don't know how he does it. He must have a super good setup on that Gresini bike, but yeah, another dominant win, which is a bit of a worry because I don't think we've had a season in Moto3 before where every season in Moto3 you go in and you kind of think, right, I think this guy might challenge for the title, but then there's like another 5 or 6, and then the winners keep switching between them. Whereas so far this season it's been Hijomeatman. Like it's always been him, P1. Like you see like the warm ups, the qualies, the practice, like it's always him. It's always his name. P1. And he would have probably won Argentina too, but obviously he done that funky kind of strategy, and then he came back from so far back to points. So it's definitely a bit of a worry if he is gonna, just demolish the field. But I mean, it's still going to be good racing nevertheless because there are going to be battles going on. But it's just, I don't think we've ever seen a rider that might dominate this much in Moto3. I mean, you never know. He might go to challenge that record that was it Mir set last year of most wins in a season. Because even then when he won all those races in that season, like they were all like last lap kind of like battle things. Whereas talking about Martinez, he's just
that
gone.
Was the strong point to me. Everyone, it was either you want to lead on the last lap or you don't want to lead on the last lap, and Mir did the opposite, but always come out on top. Like
hopefully,
I think it was
Jorge Martinez sorted out that racecraft for this year. I mean, it looks like
Aragon.
So
you
far.
Don't want to lead onto the back straight, and he led onto the back straight, and then did a bit debatable defend.
Some interesting
but still managed to hang on for the win, and everyone was saying, well, he's kind of just denied physics there. He should have easily got past, but no, he didn't. But yeah, Martin in Moto2, I think that'd be a good combination. Bastianini, if he can keep his feet going in Moto3 at the moment, then I reckon he will be there. And then another rider who suddenly jumped on the radar this year,
another rising superstar,
going very well in Qatar before his teammate took him out on like the last lap. Won in Argentina, and then back on the podium again 2 weeks later in Austin, and that is Marco Bezzecchi on the Redox Prusto GP KTM. And
very good team that.
Quite a little tight battle there for P3, 4, and 5 in that last corner.
Yeah, it was a very close little situation. I thought DG was going to be the one to come out on top of that battle, and he was the one that came out worse.
Bombed it down the inside. Did a bit of a block pass sort of thing. I thought he had it, but honestly ran it a little bit wide. Bezzecchi squared it off. Minyo beat him to the line.
And what Bezzecchi done was quite cool was when he pulled like a little mini power wheelie on that little Moto3 bike. Like the front wheel just a little tiny bit, and he crossed the line. And obviously took his second podium of his career, which is very good. Like Bezzecchi, I think he's definitely one that because I never thought when because obviously Bezzecchi was in it last year, wasn't he? But he was at the back all the time.
Yes, he was on the CIP bike. Got podium.
Whenever I heard Bezzecchi's name this season, I thought, no, he won't be a contender. He'll be at the back or very rarely up there. And so far he's been up there all the time. So Bezzecchi is definitely one to look out for, and he is also on the KTM also. So KTM, they do have a somewhat better package compared to last year, where they only won one race, and they've already won one this year, and they're not looking too bad. Honda does overall look better though, for sure.
Yeah, and obviously, like I touched on in last Lex Talk, KTM's first win since Minyo and Mugello last year, so that's quite a long.
But it is good to see that they are.
But again, kind of like we talk about this every single Let's Talk. You look through the KTM's, you have your Bezzecchi, Minyo, Ertul, Cornfile, Loy, Rodrigo, and then you have the first of the actual Red Bull KTM, which is the top KTM bike, down in 13th. So
I mean, I don't know if it can be counted as the top one anymore because they no longer have factory support. But KTM, they don't have awful riders. They just don't have the best ones, I suppose. Like those bigger names that you think of in Moto3, they're all on Honda. Canet, Martin, Bastianini, probably about it, really. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's not. I mean, I don't know. They're the main names you think about. Then you got all these random people that pop up that will go through them again. Sasaki, Suzuki, Loy, Cornfile. I mean, Cornfile's in 7th place on that same bike as Marco Bezzecchi, which isn't too bad for him. But KTM, they do overall look like they have a somewhat better machine this year compared to last year, where it looked all a bit catastrophic. Because you never know that the KTM
definitely.
might be the best thing, and if you put Hijomeatman on a KTM, he might still win by what's he won? He won this race by 1.4 seconds, and then Katai won by country mile. So you never know. It just depends kind of on the rider and how they feel. Because McPhee went from Honda to KTM, and he says the bike feels a bit funky in the middle of the corners or entry or something like that. So I don't know, they both have their unique style, I suppose. I guess when you just master it, you can do bits. Like Marco Bezecchi, they're in P3 on that Redox Prestel GP bike. He's in head of another KTM of Andrea Migno. Now, I didn't even know. Like, I knew Andrea Migno was coming through the field because he had an awful qualifying, didn't he? What was it? 20th, 24th? I don't know.
P16, I think it was.
I don't even know where he started from because I heard the commentators saying, "How's Migno got there?" Blah 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 blah. And then I didn't even know he got fourth. Like, I'm looking at this now, thinking fourth, you mad? But I remember that because that DG went up the inside, rang off wide, and then Migno literally beat him by what was it?
Just beat him by that would be 14,000 seconds. Is that
14? But I don't know. But I think so. I mean, mere maths.
You keep talking out. Use a calculator.
I think that's about 14,000 of a second.
Yeah, 14,000 of a second.
14,000 seconds. That's not too bad. Andrea Migno done pretty good. But Andrea Migno, you would have thought it would be up there, maybe a bit more often because all the bikes in Moto3 are pretty much the same. They obviously have different setups and all. Because Andrea Migno wasn't too bad last year and the year before and that. So, I don't know, we might see him up there more often. He might have figured out something on the Angel Nieto team. And he may be fighting more consistently up the top there, I hope. For his sake and obviously entertainment's sake and all that. We have another Italian, which this guy, Fabio Di Gianantonio, where was he in the other rounds? Because he just kind of like, when I was watching Austin, I was like, oh look, there's him, DG.
In Qatar, he was, let me get it up, he was down in 6th.
Definitely
average.
He
was on the podium in Tourmaster, he was 3rd.
He's definitely getting overshadowed by
then obviously Martin. America 5th. So not
bad. A lot of people last year were saying that DG was better than Martin, which had me a bit deceived.
Yeah, I never really kind of understood that.
He's still chasing that first win. I think it probably will come this year.
It will come.
If not this year, it's definitely coming. But I think it will be this year for Fabio Di Gianantonio. Maybe he needs to learn something from his teammate.
Podium at?
Yeah, I think so.
I think I won't be surprised if his first win did come at Mugello.
I mean, yeah, the home crowd giving you that extra motivation, but Fabio Di Gianantonio not bad. I think he needs to learn something from his teammate. 4.1 seconds behind his own teammate on the same bike, so he might need to have a word with Jorge and be like, "Oi, how are you doing that? How are you going to
ride my bike and I ride your bike?
Ride my bike." But Fabio Di Gianantonio 5th place for number 21 ahead of Philipp Ertl and Jakob Gonfal, 2 KTM riders there. Not too bad. Philipp Ertl, popping up there once again. He's a name that you see up there, and then he's nowhere, and then he's up there, and then he's just nowhere, and then he's up there. He's all over the place. Hopefully, he can find some consistency because he's been in the Moto3 for a while now. Philipp Ertl, and he's always been on that same Skidle GP. Is that something to do with his dad that owns the team, or some sort of thing like that? So hopefully, he can find some consistency. Just have like a winner that's not Spanish or Italian, because you look at the list and it's just all Spanish, Italian. It's very, we always hear the same little national anthem, so we want to see some new winners for sure. Philipp Ertl, maybe he could win. Maybe, I don't know. He's a pretty decent rider. He's pretty quick. I don't know about.
I don't know.
Jakob. I feel like he's lacking with that Ertl, small thing maybe.
If we go back to 2016, he was it 2016 or 2017? I seem to remember at the start of the year. I think it was last year. He I
feel like he also makes a lot of silly mistakes or judgment calls when he goes for overtakes.
Yeah.
I feel like sometimes he does some silly things. Obviously, I remember him taking out someone in Qatar. I can't remember who it was now, but I remember he did just straight up wipe out someone.
Darren Binder, wasn't it? I think.
So I mean, I think he could win a race. I just feel like he's maybe lacking some racecraft. Maybe that's what he needs.
Yeah.
And as for Jakob Kornfeld, he's been there forever, hasn't he? I think Jakob's got to be like a.
I think he is the most experienced rider on the grid, to be honest.
He's got to be like a veteran in this class.
The results have never really came, has it, for him?
I mean, I'm surprised he's even still there, really, for poor little Jakob. He even took out his poor teammate, Bezzecchi. Because Bezzecchi could have been in a lot better situation in the championship with that finish in Qatar. But Kornfeld had other ideas, and, well, hopefully there's no more of that malarkey. It's never coursing your teammate, wiping out teammates.
Like, Canet down in 8th. The next
rider.
I mean, last year, I don't get it. Last year he was dominant. He was like the only person who really could stop him was Fenati, and obviously Canet was the only person to kind of beat himself. He crashed, obviously. He had a massive high side.
And he wasn't even looking too bad this year, if I remember correctly.
He was looking
good.
good.
The race came.
In the race, we were saying, like, oh, he's going to go now. He's going to go. He's got to go. Martin's got to the front. He's going to start breaking away. Canet has got to go. And he went backwards.
I don't know, he just kept going further and further and further backwards, which was definitely disappointing.
I've not seen any explanation, whether he put the wrong tyre on, used it up, or whatever, I don't know. I've not seen any explanation, but I was quite surprised to see Canet. He was thereabouts. It was always Martin and Canet all weekend, P1, P2, and like around there. Then in the race, it just went a bit pear-shaped for Canet, and he now trails Martin by 7 points in the championship, so...
I mean, it was a bit
interesting.
A bit interesting indeed. Disappointing, you could say. I mean, I was expecting a battle between both of the Spaniards. We didn't really get too much of a battle.
I was expecting literally Qatar just without Bastianini. Literally the second half of the Qatar race all over again, basically. But it never happened.
He just kind of flopped. I don't even like you said. There's been no explanation of that, so I don't know what happened to poor Aaron, but he does definitely need to start picking up results, because like last year they were saying about how he needs to be more consistent, like quicker consistently, he needs to stop crashing, and he's coming to this season, he's not really kind of fixed any of it really. he's quick, but when you get a P8 and then you do the main rival, the one that everyone's looking at is like P1 and P1 constantly, like all the time. And I don't know. I mean, I don't really know what happened. It might have been a setup change. I don't know. Might have been a temperature change, because obviously I think it was the first time. I don't know, because that would have been the same for everybody. But it didn't change anything for like Jorge Martin, for example, or Bastianini, or Pesci, So I don't know. I don't know about Aaron Canet, but
I don't know.
Hopefully he can come back.
Onwards and upwards at his home Grand Prix.
So he should be good there. But then again, Jorge Martin's going to be super good there. But I don't know. Is that even Jorge Martin's like home Grand Prix? Where's Jorge Martin from? Is he from like Valencia area or something like that?
I know Canet's from that way. Madrid.
Or is he? Oh yeah, Madrid. They said it the other day, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the closest Grand Prix to Madrid? It would be Aragon. I think would be the closest for him, because Valencia's like kind of like to the right. So I think it would be Aragon. It's probably Martin's home Grand Prix. But either way, it's in Spain, so they all count it as their home Grand Prix. So they're both going to be going at it like mad. Obviously, last year's Grand Prix there was super exciting. Binder coming from didn't come from last, did he? The other year, when was it? 2016, when Binder came from the back last. That was mad. But Aaron Canet, P8, hopefully Jerez, or Europe in general, he can go upwards and stay there consistently. He finished ahead of Suzuki. I mean, these three, maybe four, three names. Suzuki, Livio Loy, and Ayumu Sasaki, who was in 11th place. There are three names that are kind of, interesting. You don't always see them up there. I mean, maybe you could count Gabriel Rodrigo too, but you have seen him like be on the front row a couple of times. Well, 2 times, wasn't it? Was he on the front row in Qatar? In Argentina, I think. I'm pretty sure he was on the front row.
It wasn't on
for the RBA. I'm pretty sure he said 2 front starts in the Argentina one. I'm pretty sure he said this is 2 front starts.
Yeah,
whatever.
2/3.
So he is a quick qualifier, maybe lacking some racecraft, but Suzuki, Loi, and Sasaki. They're like kind of like 3 names that maybe you might not see maybe that often. Definitely Livio Loi. Like when I saw that Real Avintia bike, I was kind of like shook because I forgot it even existed. I just saw it, I was like, well, why is that? That looks cool. That bright yellow, dark blue thing. I haven't seen it in so long. And then obviously Sasaki is a very, very nice bike, that Petronas thing. And then obviously Suzuki.
I expected Sasaki to be up there because he's a quick rider.
Yeah, he is pretty quick.
In his first race last year at Qatar, he was fighting in the front group, as was Norridin as well in that team as well. They were both up there. So I was expecting Sasaki to be there, but maybe
names are going to go up there.
Inside the top 10. Maybe
because Europe is like those tracks that everyone knows and goes well at. Whereas these 3 first rounds, they have like no similarities between them. But then Austin's just a trash circuit in general. So I don't know. But was it Sasaki that Colin Edwards said was the quickest to go into boot camp? Or was that Masaki? There's so many little Akis in this Malarkey nowadays that it gets a bit confusing. But Sasaki, he's a very quick rider.
Sasaki, Masaki.
So he's definitely one to look at throughout the season. He will only go forwards.
100%.
And he was obviously the Red Bull Rookies champion, wasn't he? Sasaki, or was that Masaki?
No, that was the other one. Masaki.
There's too many Yakis for me. But he is a very quick rider, so eyes out for him. And then obviously Gabriel Rodrigo P12. I think he just lacks racecraft because he does qualify. I don't know where he qualified in this Grand Prix, but he got 2 front rows, obviously.
He qualified 12th?
I mean, it's not too bad.
Was Rodrigo... I mean, I know Mazaki definitely 100%. I think he got caught up in the first corner crash. But the commentators were saying Rodrigo got caught up as well.
I mean, they were saying that. I think it was even on the graphic. There was definitely an RBA bike that did get wrecked, but I think that was definitely Masaki. I don't think it was.
I think it was Mazaki, but I saw both Platinum Bays go down, or whatever they're called, Besta International, whatever they are now. One of the RBAs, and then was it one of the Team Asia bikes? Was that a bit later on in? But I can't remember seeing Rodrigo go down, but that's what the commentators were saying, and they obviously had the direct feed from race direction.
I don't think he would have gone down, obviously, because he got P12, but he might have got launched wide or maybe off the road. I don't know, I can't remember, but... Did he get caught up with Messiah, because he crashed on the exit of turn 1? I think he might have hit Rodrigo and tipped over. I think I remember something like that.
I think that was it, yes.
That might have been the reason for that. But I don't really think overall Rodrigo does lack some racecraft. Like you could see it in the races. He does qualify well with a toe.
Rodrigo, he always seems to have the red mist. He always seems to have to attack, and that's when the mistakes come.
Yeah, he's a bit wild. The young Argentine on a very cool looking RBA bike this year. By the way, that skull thing. Quite dope, and he is ahead of the South African, the only South African in this category now. Darren Binder, I was about to say Brad Binder then, on the Red Bull KTM Acho team. It's good to see him get some points. Good to see him actually finish a race because he's getting took out in his own runs.
In 2 races so far.
So it's not probably not the result he wants, but I just don't.
What was it? Ertl in the first one and Toba in the second one, was it? Toba just
it's kind of surprising really to see Darren like damn. I know this bike doesn't have factory support anymore, but it will still be just as good as, for example, Pizzetti or Migno. They're up
must be.
And it surprises me that he's down here because when he was on the Platinum Bay KTM, he was always up there, like consistently. And you would have thought this team that has.
And this team has a lot of experience
with Red Bull and that they should have
they should definitely have him
setup
inside
for him
top
to get on
10
and connect straight away. But then we thought that the same when we saw Antonelli go there, and Antonelli was just nowhere, and Bo Bensnyder, and a couple other names. So I don't know, mate, but I just don't know. Hopefully we see it up there, because it's just too strange to see that Red Bull bike all the way down there. Also, there's only one this year, but it's just a bit weird, really, seeing the Red Bull bike, which for as long as I can remember has been fighting for titles and winning titles, and now it's just kind of, hey, look, I've just finally got 3 points or whatever. It's a bit depressing, really, but hopefully that bike and him can go upwards, maybe similar to his brother. Maybe if he wins a race or gets a podium, it might
Europe
boost him up.
Like you said, when they go back to Europe, it's all the classic tracks. Everybody knows them. That's when
obviously, because we saw Darren Binder doing some pretty good stuff in Europe last year.
I mean, what did he do? What did he do last year?
I remember Le Mans. He was doing
flyaways,
doing whips over curbs and all sorts.
So last year he was 13th in Qatar. Termas, he was 12th.
Up there though in Qatar. I think he got pushed off wide, or he made a mistake or something. I remember he was up there with the
America he was 10th.
Ramirez.
Yes, I do remember that. So
I don't know what he done in RF. I remember Le Mans, he done that whip going down like the La Chapelle kind of area, those curves.
Oh, he got knocked off by Finati in RF. He was in the leading group and got absolutely destroyed right in front of you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I remember I was so angry about it. I was just like raging about it. I just saw the rider I like get wrecked in front of me.
Then ended up down in 20th. Yeah.
Sam was also disappointing, but yeah, hopefully Darren Binder can do better than that. I mean, I think he can. I think he definitely can do better than that. But we'll soon see Europe. Europe is where everything starts. It's like a fresh start. And, it's all the good tracks, the nice classic tracks. Everyone goes, well, they're these 3 first tracks. Well, apart from, maybe not Qatar. Qatar, everyone likes pretty much. But these, Argentina and Austin, are a bit near. Especially Austin. It's not even designed for bikes.
I mean, to be honest, they were saying on TV, everybody we spoke to likes a track apart from Lorenzo.
What, the Qatar?
And that was Argentina, even.
Oh, Argentina.
So,
I mean, yeah, Argentina's not that bad, but it's Austin. Austin for me is just
awful. I mean, especially this year, we've not even gone on about it. We've not even mentioned it. They diamond kind of planed over the track to get rid of all the bumps, and it's obviously it's sharpened all the stones. It made it super abrasive. There's dust and stones and gravel just all over the circuit, getting blown up into riders' faces. Down the back straight, Jack Miller said it's like a motocross track. You're just constantly off the ground. The bumps have got even worse. The track is absolutely awful. I mean, Alicia Spargo put a photo of the fairing on, and it was destroyed. The stones are destroyed.
Get rid of this track and go
back to Laguna
back to Indy, or go to Laguna, but have it all go there. Cause I think Moto3, Moto2, Laguna.
Yeah, Moto3 and Moto2 never went there because it was too expensive to get.
Even if it needs
across the lake.
Obviously, because that time there was also, because obviously they had those other tracks, but if they replaced Austin with Laguna Seca, they might be able to afford to go there because they don't need to go to, Austin or Indy like before when they had all of them in one season. They need to go all these different places, so obviously they didn't have the money. But maybe if they replaced it, they might have money. Or if not, Dorna just throw some money in the lower classes. Come on, get them all over there. That'd be quite exciting. But well, we can dream. Hopefully we don't have Austin for too much longer, because I don't think there's any riders that even like that place. Maybe apart from Marc Marquez, but
Marc Marquez, yeah,
it's just
exactly.
horrible. But
yeah, he was ahead. Darren Binder was ahead of McPhee, who
don't know what he done.
I don't know. I didn't see qualifying.
He's gonna do bits.
I didn't see qualifying. I know he was on the front row. Whether or not he did that in a slipstream or somehow did it on his own, I don't know. He might have done like Kent in Qatar when Kent kind of latched onto the back of, was it Oliveira, and got himself on the second row. I think it was 6th.
I think he would have done something like that.
Yeah, I'm not sure with John. I mean, to start off,
he didn't even go off the line.
I was going to say, that's exactly what I was going to say. The lights come on, and he just sat there like, yeah, and then the lights went off, and he just started like he would coming off a set of traffic lights at the road. Most everyone's there like proper in the bubble, throttle on, gear, clutch, ready, dump the clutch, go. McPhee's just, let's just have a slow start. Went backwards, then got beaten up because of it. He got mired in the mid pack, got beaten up, and then next minute he was down in like 18th or something. I think he ran off the track because of stuff as well. Went wide at a hairpin, and he just got beaten up. And 14th, his first points of the season, though.
Disappointing. It's also, I don't know, actually, I don't know. I was going to say it's the first point for Albert Arenas, but I'm not even too sure about that. It's just kind of like, I don't remember talking about Albert Arenas in the other ones.
First
but,
point
Albert Arenas,
of
for
the
example,
season for Albert Arenas, yes.
Albert Arenas came in and done wildcards, wasn't it? Like, not that long ago. Any surprise. Like, he done good. And it's like same for Macias. Macias came in and done those wildcards. He done super good. And then now they've got full rides. Dalla Porta also. It's like, where are they? What are they doing? Why are you down there when in the wildcards you was up there?
Dalla Porta...
Why are you down there now? Dalla Porta rang on in Austin, but even so, like, he's just...
And he was on the podium in Qatar, and then it's kind of gone a little bit downhill for him since.
I mean hopefully they're like I said, Europe, everyone, all these names will probably be up there again.
Argentina.
Macia, Tony Arbolino's 20th. I don't know what he's doing down there. Dalla Porta, Lopez, Foggia, Albert Reyes, all these people. I don't know what's
going on with Arbolino.
Lots of them, well, a couple of them, actually quite a lot of them have come from like CV, Red Bull Rookies type thing. Yeah. So they've all ridden those tracks, so they will be up there. It's just...
Foggia. That's a name that I would like to just stop you ranting on about. Whatever.
He was 20...
He was bloody impressive at the start. He was fighting for the lead. He was fighting for the podium. Like at that point, he was proper going for it.
He didn't even get a point.
Went wrong.
Maybe he killed his tyres. Maybe he went because he was braking so late into his corner.
He did have a very big moment at like 16, 17, 18. That long triple right-hander thing, even though it's kind of technically all one corner. He nearly launched himself to the moon there. So. Maybe,
maybe
he had a couple of tyre
demolished these tyres
and went backwards.
But he's one ride you definitely want to look at in
that's 2 races in a row that he's been fighting near the front and had
on 2 tracks that he's never touched before either. Obviously,
exactly. So if I was the front runners, your Martins, Canets, Bastianini, Bezzecchi, all those, I'd be keeping an eye on him because when he gets to Jerez, the track that he knows very, very well.
Yeah, everyone knows that Dennis Fodge is a very good rider. CV.
We saw in Aragon as well when he wildcarded down last year.
It was as if there was no competition in CV with him.
Yeah.
He literally won almost everything. So he's going to be very quick in Jerez, Valencia, Aragon, and just probably Europe in general. I think he'll do very good. So he's definitely one to look at. Alonso Lopez, also P17, Dalla Porta. Tony Arbolino, I don't know what he's doing in 20th. I don't know if he got caught up in turn 1. Messiah.
I said it in Qatar, in the Let's Talk in Qatar, just quickly on Arbolino. Last year, when he was on the 658 Squadron course, he was fighting for top 10s. He was fighting, I believe, near the front in Sachsenring, and then I think he high-sided. I think it was Arbolino who high-sided. So, now he's gone to Marinelli, obviously a team that we know has won races and can win races with Fenati.
Yep.
And he's not even near a point. He's 11 seconds off the point.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he got caught up in turn 1 because
maybe, yeah.
Don't know. I'm sure in the other races he's done like decent job.
Let's have a look. Where was he? In Qatar, the opening round of the season, he was 17th. Termas de Rio Hondo. He was 10th in Termas de Rio Hondo, but they were tricky conditions. He got pole position there as well, didn't he?
Oh yeah, that's also true. But I think he done the. Didn't he choose the wrong? Yeah, he done some sort of bands thing. But wait for Europe for all these people. Yomi Messiah. He came in for wildcards. I can't remember where.
Austria.
What tracks. Austria.
Red Bull Ring on the
it might
Platinum
be.
Bay
He done really good, and then now he has a full ride, and he's down there. But obviously, it is Austin. It is a bit of a
but you have to remember he crashed.
He did crash too. But even so, in the other rounds, he's not exactly been doing wonders.
I mean,
I thought he would be.
again, let's just go back.
watching
Where
that
was he?
wild card.
First round he was 12th. Second round he was at the front before then doing a bit of a stupid move on Digi and crashing. And then obviously a crash again in America. So
I mean, he has pace. I think probably has pace.
Yeah.
Lacking maybe that little bit of.
he crashed 2 laps from the end in Argentina.
Lacking a little bit of racecraft maybe. I don't know, because I remember that wild card. He was, everyone's looking at him like, whoa,
to just go for it.
Whoa, this kid. But yeah, and then as for everyone else, Antonelli's on the bottom here too. I'm gonna guess.
Yeah,
all these riders probably crashed down one. And then as for not qualified people, Ramirez, Norodine, Toba, and then Bulega, who is having some sort of depression cycle.
I believe
at
he's
the
having
moment.
some troubles at home, some mental issues, but.
Because I mean, he just
when Bulega sorts that out and when he gets his head back in, I think he'd be like Ian Oney when his head's there on the day.
Because I mean, he's a very quick rider. So we saw his first season. He was so quick. I mean, the very first track that he got to that he actually knew in his first season, he got pole position.
Yeah.
And then also picked up the podium, I think. But I don't know. Hopefully, we do see Bulega do stuff soon, or even if he is, kind of like doing this, like the failures that he's doing. I hope that the Sky VR people they continue like supporting him if he is going through like a tricky part in his life, whatever. Hopefully, support him.
Be more
I mean, I think because I think he's too big.
He's too big to cram himself on that bike, in my opinion.
But even if he does continue these not even average results, they're not good at all. He's dead last in the championship. Hopefully they continue supporting him. They don't just throw him in the dark, because that probably wouldn't help him at all. If he is having some big issues at home, whatever, and if they just treat him like they treated Bagnaia, for example, and they just kicked him out.
I mean,
not good.
Not good. On this championships table, he's at the bottom. He's not even got a bike. His bike is blank. So, according to MotoGP, Bulega's running around the circuit. That's why he's so slow.
But that was Moto 3. Decent race. Took us 37 minutes to talk about Moto 3. Neil.
Quickly run through the top 10 in the championship standings. Martin, 55 points. Canet in second, 48 points. Bezzecchi, 43 points. DJ Antonio, 37 points. Bastianini, 33 points. Dalla Porta, 25 points. Mino, 22 points. Gabriel Rodrigo, 22 points. Nicola Antonelli, 21 points. And Jakob Kornfeld in 10th position on 18 points. Further down, a few names that we touched on. Binder, 22nd, 3 points. McBee, 23rd, 2 points. Then obviously Foggia, Bulega, both of the Sky Bikes, not a point yet scored. And Lopez, I believe, is the top rookie. Am I going to shoot myself in the foot with that? No, I don't think. Lopez, top rookie, he's got 10 points in 13th position. So, yeah, not bad for the...
not too shabby.
Estrella Galicia rider. Right, moving on to Moto 2.
Yes, this one, I think we should be able to get through quite quickly, because nothing happened in this. Pretty much.
That's just a bit of a battle going on in the mid-pack, really. That was it. Mia fighting through. That was pretty much it.
So, really. The winner, a bit of a turnaround for Sky VR. So the Moto 3 is going a bit debatable. But then you got Francesco Bagnaia over here in Moto 2, picking up a victory, a second one. So that's 2 out of 3.
Second one, yeah.
Obviously one in Qatar. Very good race from him. Almost unexpected. I thought Alex Marquez was going to win this race by a dominant,
so did I.
Like a booyah in your face. And he was doing that, to be honest. He pulled away from everyone. But Bagnaia, though, he wasn't having any of it. And
nope.
Just caught up and left Alex Marquez. I think Alex, who also got P2 on the Mark BDS, had maybe some tyre issues at the end, because his bike definitely looked a bit unstable compared to the others. I think he maybe even said it. I mean, I don't think he had to be a genius to figure it out, the way that the rear end was going, and he even almost flew out his seat a couple of times, which was all a bit exciting. But
Alex Marquez, he's got to have a look though, because going into this season, a lot of people that I saw or I was speaking to, whatever, they said, "Oh, like Alex Marquez will absolutely wipe the floor this year. Like nobody will be able to touch him." Now he's got Bagnaia, he's got both the KTMs, he's got Johan Mir. Even on a good day, if he can stay on the bike, then I won't count Sam Lowe's out if he's on his good day. Ayaka Lacuna, he's just...
Lorenzo
Baldassarri
is also
You've got Bassini,
Baldassarri.
Anybody
Some
else who
very
crashed out?
tricky.
Vieja, he's doing pretty well. Schrotter wasn't doing too bad. So, you know, if a few interesting weather situations come up, Marquez has got to look out. He's got quite a lot of rivals this year, and it's good to see some different names actually kind of in the mix for once.
But I don't like before the season started, like, because obviously the bigger names had left. I thought, it's just gonna be Alex.
Another ball fest.
It's just gonna be Alex, innit? It's just gonna be him, maybe Miguel Oliveira. But nah, I mean, Francesco Bagnaia just popping out of nowhere with 2 out of 3 victories. Very good season so far for him, ahead of Alex Marquez P2, obviously. And then Miguel Oliveira P3, good comeback there from the KTMs. They got a bit ruined into turn 1, which definitely probably ruined an attempt of maybe a P2. I don't think he would have won, but I think he could have got probably P2. Very quick.
He was catching him ridiculously, like
very
amounts
quick.
that he was catching on the last couple of laps.
Might even be more. I know it was 0.7.
I think they said it was about 0.8 to a second.
Definitely at the end it was a second, but Miguel Oliveira.
That's what it's in KTM. They come alive at the end of the race. They're tired.
I don't even know what I don't know what they could do so different to make that thing so quick. There's quite a lot of KTMs up in this top 9. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is good, and obviously we know it's a very good package. They have 3 wins to their name. Obviously, they won the last 3 races of last year, and also picked up double podiums, I think, in each one of them. They're picking up podiums this season too, which is obviously good for Miguel Oliveira. Binder's also up there, but I mean, even Icon Acona, and you would have thought Sam Lowe's would be up there too, but obviously he fell off. So KTM, they are definitely a package to look at. I mean, I definitely obviously we've done that video, didn't we, where we said they're probably going to dominate. They've not exactly done that. But I think they will. When it comes to Europe, especially at the end of the season. I think KTM are going to be like Chowdy or something done, because their package is very good at the end of a race. But the problem is, so far of this season, they're not qualifying. They're not doing the business in the quali. So then they come back and they get to a very good position, but it's a bit irrelevant when
But like kind of at the like obviously. Austin, when you get the first corner like it is, you get beaten up there. And then everybody on the first lap, they're trying to gain positions left, right, and centre. You get beaten up there, pushed off the track, then that puts you down. Then it just affects your race. You get held up behind some of the riders through that one-lined first sector or through the Mickey Mouse sector, and it just allows them to get away. So that qualifying is so important. Like Rossi always says, you have to be on the first 2 rows. If you're 3rd, 4th row, you just get beaten up. Basically, so if KTM can sort out their qualifying,
they can sort out their quali easily. Could be some deadliness, because I think when you think of title contenders of Moto2, obviously apart from Bagnaia now, you know, Alex Marquez, and then definitely Miguel Oliveira, maybe Brad Pitt. You never know really in Moto2. Obviously at the start of the season here, but I definitely think we're going to see a bunch of KTM wins this season, and very quick, because Miguel Oliveira at least. You know, he's super quick. And honestly, we see at the end of the races, every single Grand Prix so far this season. Well, in the whole KTM career Moto2, they're so quick at the end of the Grand Prix. So, like you said, if they could sort out qualifying, it could be a bit scary for some of these other teams. I mean, obviously, we saw in Jerez in pre-season they were super quick. So,
so I'm looking forward to Jerez.
Could be good. But Jeremy P4. Good. Not on a KTM, but he's on the Calyx. The Calyx.
What a ride from him!
But a very good ride. Because obviously turn 1, because obviously he got his best quali, which was P6. I'd like to say. I don't know, but I'm going to go with P6.
Check that stat for you.
And everyone was getting so excited. It was like, yes, Jeremy.
One off. It was P5. Marini was P6.
So everyone was like, yes. Finally, Jeremy Moto2, and then came turn 1, and turn 1 happened, and he got a bit, I don't know really, him and Agata kind of done some funky things, but they've both done super good comebacks, because Agata also came back to a very good P9,
I mean, Agata was following
one wheel and stuff.
Agata was following, I can't remember if it was Oliveira, I think it was Oliveira, Agata, and then Binder. It was either Oliveira or Alex Marquez he was following, and he looked really comfortable at the pace that they were doing. So that KTM obviously works around Austin because
all of them doing really good. Obviously,
it's
a decent finish there for the Swiss.
KTM here and there
racing.
in the top 10. Obviously,
obviously
like we touched on,
on that Calais,
Miguel
then you have
and
2
Brad
KTMs behind him.
had sorted out the qualifying, then it could have been a complete different story. But
Got
another
2
KTM in
KTMs.
5th.
Yep, Ica Lecuona, which is a name which kind of like a bit surprising to see up there. I mean, I remember in the pre-season when he was topping or P2, whatever. I was like, nah, it's impossible. And he's done a very good P5. Ahead of obviously Brad Binder, who's on the Red Bull, kind of like the factory supported KTM bike, not by a lot, literally by 9 thousandths of a second, but he finished ahead of him.
Again. Yeah,
that's 9 thousandths, Brad. I can guarantee that. In before it's not, and it's like,
and then
Bassini, Bassini, what was he doing in that
had the hard tyre on. And
he saw Martin in Moto3 and was like, I'm a hop on that. It doesn't matter that these bikes are totally different. He won. I can do it too.
He got, like, the first couple of laps, he was really struggling. Then all of a sudden, like, the last couple of laps, he was lapping like he was doing the same pace as Oliveira, or maybe even a bit quicker. He was, like, really fast.
So that was not a good call for Mattia.
No. Not really at all. And then Navarro in 8th. That's
Navarro on the Federal Oil Scene. The bike we thought Martin was going to be going to, but apparently not anymore. Probably going to be going on to Miguel Oliveira's bike, you would have thought. And Martin Navarro even not too bad there, P8. Starting to show some sort of potential. I don't know. I mean, the first rookie season Moto2 last year was a bit meh. So hopefully he can do something this year, because you do need to put in these results, because you've got all these Moto3 people doing bits. They want to go into Moto2. So you need to start, picking up, especially if he wants to get into MotoGP in any time in his career. He needs to pick it up. You look at this list, and you look at a lot of these names, and you know that they're never going to be in MotoGP. You just look at them, you just know that they're never going to get into MotoGP. It's like I look at Navarro's name, and I don't think he will ever get into MotoGP.
Simeon.
I mean, I see that. And then you think
That's what I'm going to say.
But a lot of these riders aren't like multi-millionaires either. But you look at a lot of these names, and you kind of just know that they're not. Like I see Navarro, and I'm like, nah, he'd probably never get to MotoGP. He's not doing wonders in Moto2. He didn't even win Moto3. Agata's been in Moto2 for years, doing semi-decent, and has not had an offer. Alex Marquez hasn't even had an offer. Well, he might have had an offer, but he didn't want it because he wanted to win. And then you just get riders like Bagnaia, who's literally popped in for 1 season, and he's already got a 2-year contract.
And he's already done and dusted, yeah.
And you've had other riders that have been in for longer, achieved more results, and got nothing.
Bassini, I know he has been in MotoGP.
Bassini, who else? We've got Baldassari's done well in Moto2 for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. Agata, like I said, he's done stuff. Bassini obviously came down. And then as for these other riders, these are all kind of just random people here. I like most of these people are all new. Looking at this list, these are all like new names, but there's a lot of riders in Moto2 that they're not going to go to MotoGP.
Okay, so he's speaking his mind again. Done that before and got himself in a bit of a hole. And I unfortunately got pushed into it. Ninth position then for Dominic Agaton to keep a racing bike, what we briefly touched on. That's a good comeback for him. Obviously, Jamie went through the whole Mia Agata situation.
Yeah.
Agata did a big wheelie on Mia's swinging arm, and it was all a bit too intense for me. Baldassari intense. That's a good result for somebody who detests the circuit, absolutely hates it, never gone well there, and I think he'll be happy with that. He stayed on, he got 6 points, better than getting no points, but obviously as a racer, he's a championship contender, he wouldn't want to be at the front, but you have to kind of take that one on the chin, and Baldassari will be back when we get to Jerez. I reckon he'll be back where he was in Qatar.
Finished ahead of Maverick Vinales' cousin, Isaac Vinales, P11 on the SAG team. Pretty yucky bike, that one. Simone Corsi on more of a yucky bike in P12 from the aggressive Italian. Not really seen that much of aggressive plays from him this year.
No,
But then again,
not at the moment.
he's not been all
Apart
that
from
close to competition. But
was it Remy Gardner in Qatar? He snapped his front mudguard off. Was that him?
Yeah, I think so. That was a bad situation. Bagnaia's teammate Luca Marini, P13. I definitely think he'll be up there soon with his teammate because he is quick, but he's just kind of been a bit all over the place at the start of this season. Andrea Locatelli and then Fabio Quartararo to round out the points on
the first
that
points of the season,
speed up.
For Locatelli. Oh no, he got 1 point elsewhere.
Romano Fenati just missed out on some points. I say just missed out. He was 3 seconds behind, but he's P16. Then we've got Remy Gardner. Hector Barbaro, who's not adapted too well to Moto2, obviously. It's going a bit dodgy.
It's weird because you saw Yoni last year. He really didn't adapt to it either. Sam Rose hasn't really at the moment.
So, I mean, as for other names, Joe Roberts down there. Obviously, it was his own Grand Prix.
Did Joe crash?
Came out of it. I don't know. I would have thought so because Sam Rose crashed. He was a second behind him.
Yeah, I was thinking because like I seem to remember it popping up saying crash Joe Roberts, but I can't actually remember if I dreamt it or not.
I don't know how I feel about the NTS thing. It doesn't look like that competitive at all. It looks chunky. It looks like fatter or wider. Yeah. It just looks really unprofessional. I mean, Tech 3 looks all nice, slim, and quick, but it just kind of isn't. But I mean, it speed up is a bit interesting. And then obviously Calix KTM are the top ones, obviously without a doubt. But as for other names, Lowe's obviously crashed P4, but
on
P24
the first
though.
lap didn't want to. KTM didn't want to steer, did it? Through there, went
running out the top there,
really wide. Hit the curb, AstroTurf, and down he went.
Cairo Dean, obviously the replacement rider for Hasif Syra in the MotoGP, P27, kind of just nowhere really. Powie, Moto2 too early for him, I think.
Yeah,
P25.
definitely.
As for that, Eric Granado, P22, Stephen Odenhull. Just a bunch of people that you might not really expect too much from in the bottom here, but like I was saying about that thing about a lot of these riders won't get MotoGP. It's not like Moto3, where you don't exactly kind of like have to win or be up there to go to Moto2. Because we've seen lots of riders go from Moto3 to Moto2 who haven't exactly done like amazing. So obviously to get in the MotoGP, you need to be in the top, that top bunch.
Lots of times,
I mean, you see like riders like Thomas Luthi, he's only just got into MotoGP, and he's been in the top 5 every single season but 1 year where he finished P6, and he only just got an offer. So I don't know. It's like there's MotoGP. There's so many like riders that you look at in Moto2, but there's no seats in MotoGP. And when they keep keeping riders like Bautista, Barbara, obviously they don't have them anymore. But when they keep riders like that, they're not exactly doing anything, but they keep them like to go on for another year. It just leaves all these Moto2 riders just kind of here in the dust, just riding around on those horrible bikes. So it's kind of disappointing. We need some Kawasaki. Come on, what are you doing?
Yeah, and BMW, and you come. So, not classified. Danny Kent on the speed up. He crashed with 15 laps to go. Schrotter had a nasty high side coming down the hill. Manzi for the second year in a row didn't see the flag. Manzi obviously last year didn't
ever see the
break. That's debatable there, that one. He's not having a good time as Manzi on that forward bike.
Yeah, because Manzi, like again, he was that rider in Silverstone, wasn't it? In Moto3, he came from all the way to the back to the front. To
4th or 5th or something. I was sat in the grandstands, couldn't really believe what I was seeing. He was very, very quick.
Yeah, and then
skipped out Moto3 again completely. Didn't do a full season in Moto3. Went straight to Moto2 with the Sky bike.
I think he did do a full season, but it was like years ago on the sand card. But he's done part. Yeah,
because that was the year he ran into the back of was it Oliveira or someone at Jerez?
Yeah, I can't remember where it was, but they were doing practice start, and he was doing practice crashing for Austin Turn 1 2017. He's getting warmed up for that.
He just didn't even break into Turn 1 and just wiped out. Was it? Who was it? It was Junior Simon, wasn't it, on the QMF, whatever.
can't remember, whoever it was got absolutely demolished. But Manzi, I don't even know what he's doing. Obviously, he got kicked out of Sky VR to be replaced by Luca Marini, and he went to like the technically you could say VR 46 B team, the B team, and he's just not doing anything. I don't know what's wrong with him. I don't know if he's too tall for Moto 2 because he's definitely going to MotoGP. That's for sure. Well, yeah, but not really Simeon's in it. But I don't know. I hope he does achieve something because he did do really well on that Moto 3 bike. So maybe he should have gone to Moto 3 first, just to, I don't know really, maybe get familiar with the tracks. I don't know, but Moto 2 just a bit bad for Manzi. But that was the Moto 2 category. It's never really one of the.
He crashed as well, by the way. Didn't say that one.
It's never really one of the most like entertaining class, but there was some decent smaller battles you could say in that Grand Prix there for Moto 2.
Championship-wise, for Moto 2,
first
before we go
on
on to there,
championship.
quickly run through that. Top 10 for the Moto 2 Championship is Bagnaia on top, 57. Passini and Marquez joint second there, 47 points, with Oliveira in 43 points. Baldassarri 39 points, Vieja 28 points. Johan Mir ahead of Binder, 27 and 20 points for them. Iker Lecuona on 16 points, and Domi Agata as well on 16 points. A few names down there. It's going to be
quite cool if Moto 2 can have like these 4 or 5 names for the whole season, 5 for the title. Because normally it's kind of like maybe just 2 riders, you know, Zarco, Morbidelli, Rabat,
but like I reckon,
Callier, you know, like that kind of thing.
You've got Bagnaia, Passini, Marquez, Oliveira, and Baldassarri, who you would definitely say would be there. Then you've got your Viejas, Mias, Binders, Lecuonas, who could get in every now and then. Samlo's, like I said, on a good day. Samlo's down in 93 points on the board. Kent's 17th, 4 points.
All it takes, if those other riders can stay consistent, is for like those 4 like bigger names. If they have like a crash one weekend, you know, and they continue that consistent, they'll be involved in that big, you know, title battle also, which should be obviously very exciting.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a similar story in MotoGP. Because you never know what's happening in that anymore these days. So many different manufacturers, which we'll be moving on to, I think, now. Unless you have anything else to say about Moto 2.
Nope, I'm done for that. We're going on to the probably big one. Most boring MotoGP race I have seen in a long time.
Yeah, definitely a long time. Because the ending of last year was quite exciting for most of the
From when Marquez got the lead, there was 2 overtakes if you class Marquez as cut back on the exit. They passed and Marquez has cut back, but it was
definitely disappointing. But then again, Austin was always disappointing for MotoGP. The whole track's just a disappointment, but the race was just in general.
I don't know why
boring. I mean, I can't even remember like a boring Grand Prix before Austin, because obviously Valencia was quite lit, with all the stuff going on. Phillip Island super lit. Sepang, Motegi, all exciting Grand Prix.
Was quite good.
Aragon quite decent, so it's Aragon was good, I can't really think of one. But then you Austin.
Lozano was quite good with Marquez and Petrucci. Silverstone was quite good again.
I mean, every race last year was pretty much exciting.
Bruno was good.
Austria, Bruno,
the flag malarkey.
Le Mans, they were all good last year.
They were, I honestly
apart from maybe Austin. Austin's probably the only one I can think of that wasn't good last year, because Maverick crashed, then Marcus just went, and then
Rossi got the time penalty with Zarco
stuff. Yeah, so Austin, very very disappointing Grand Prix. Obviously, Marquez won for the 6th time.
Yes,
6th time in a row.
I believe so, Austin. Yeah,
very quick. He's the fastest in a straight line through the speed trap, also. So that Honda is not too shabby. Obviously, a lot of people, when they think of a fast bike, they think of a Ducati, but Honda now is so different. Yeah,
compared to last year, where it suffered a little bit. Like I think last year there wasn't even a Honda on the podium. I don't think last year. I think they were 4th and 5th, and then Aleix was 6th. Qatar, I think.
I mean, it's good that they are better everywhere, but it will be a worry if Marcus has this somewhat extraordinary pace everywhere. I don't think it will, though. I don't think it will. I think it's because Argentina and Austin has always gone super good.
Yeah.
Every single year. I mean, last year he was winning Argentina by a massive amount until he fell off, obviously. and then you won Austin
Roy
by
made that
a mile, and then obviously like Jerez and all that. It's different situations, and obviously now we have Yamaha back finally. P2 there for Maverick Vinales. They've sorted out their issues, and you already know that when Yamaha have got a good bike, and then Maverick on it, and obviously Rossi, that's going to be a deadly combination. Obviously, we saw how good Maverick is when the bike's working with him last year when he took all those pre-season tests P1 and obviously won those first couple of rounds. So it's going to be good. Hopefully this year we can finally see a Maverick v Marquez battle. I mean, a lot of people might have been expecting it for this Grand Prix because Maverick was pretty much the only one that could match Marquez's pace, but he didn't go off the line. Like, he got such a bad start. And then turn 1 just got wrecked. Then obviously you can't overtake for the whole flip-flop section.
A little bit of a battle in qualifying between the two of them, weren't there? With Marquez,
that was
impeded Maverick's lap, and then I see Marquez got penalised. He got 3 places back, so he started from pole, but actually started from qualified pole, but started 4.
Yeah, it's kind of 3 places. I thought it was going to be a bit more because Moto 3, you see him get 12 places a lot of times.
I thought it was going to be quite a heavy, especially how they said on
they said
Thursday or Friday
strict,
that we're going to be more stricter, and then they just do that.
They just give him 3, which is literally nothing. It's just like, okay,
especially after what he did in Argentina, you would have thought they would have took that into account as well, and then
But it's good to see though that Movistar Yamaha are back.
Yeah, I mean,
we hope. I mean, because this track last year was horrendous. They hate this track, and they've done really good. P2 and P4. Obviously, Andrea Iannone picking up another podium for Suzuki, shutting up them critics. Very good race from him. He even challenged for P1. I think it was an accidental attempt, though. It didn't look planned. That bike was wiggling its way in there. But that is another podium for Suzuki. Now, I don't know how many podiums is it before their concessions get cut off?
For their concessions,
the next season, because I know there's a limited amount, and if they keep getting podiums like this, they're not going to have concessions. Actually, I don't think they'll need them.
Is it 12 concession points? You get 1 point for third, 2 for second, and 3 for first. And you have to get 12. I'm not sure. I don't know.
It's something.
It will be
like
in one
that,
of our concession videos that we uploaded a few months ago. So if you do want to have a look, just go back a few. So yeah,
if they keep doing that, I don't think they need concessions anymore.
Hopefully not, anyway.
Because they had their bikes sorted out at the end of last year.
Yeah.
But I mean, they need to take advantage of these concessions now while they have it. They need to do as much development as they possibly can, because you can probably guarantee that they won't be having them next year with all these podiums. So they do need to take advantage of that little kind of system they have where they can do all this development.
Yeah.
But that was a good race from Iannone. Obviously, high pressure on him to perform this weekend, and he done it. Obviously, we all know that Crazy Joe is a very quick rider. He is a winner in MotoGP. He was the first one to win on that Ducati for them in a long time. So he is a very quick rider. He just needs to...
there's another one to get a podium on too.
Focus. He just needs to maybe concentrate more on the job every weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that he goes slow any weekend either. It's just that other people, they're just kind of a little bit quick. I mean, Qatar, he was there, just behind the leading group, following them along. And then Argentina, wow.
Yeah. Where was he in Argentina?
Don't know, but he was in Argentina. But then again, no one knew what was going on in Argentina with those conditions and tyres and everything.
That was too much. Argentina, he was 8th at the end.
That's not even awful. And then Austin, a podium. So I think he's going to start, doing consistent good performances from now on. Because Jerez always gone super well. I mean, Europe in general, he's always done really good on that Ducati. I definitely think he will do it now because he seems to have understood the Suzuki a little bit better. He was even saying that something's clicked now, but whether that's just in his head or if something has actually clicked or set up.
I think it might be in his head.
But if he can just focus more on the job, like what he done this weekend, do it every weekend. Do your parties, your little photo shoots, do that in between the breaks. But when it comes to an actual weekend and the concentration and training, actually do that, Malarkey. Like first, do that as the priority, and have your other modelling or whatever he does as a secondary thing, because you need to get these good finishings.
As soon as you arrive at the track on like Wednesday evening or Thursday morning or whenever you get there, your focus is literally that weekend, right up until you take the checkered flag on Sunday. and that should be your focus and only your focus. And then
Because
when
he
you
could be
go
playing,
home and
you
you
know,
have your
his
2 weeks off, that's when you can dick about
career.
doing whatever.
Because he doesn't want to, you know, get kicked out another factory team. He said he has other offers, but you want to stay where you're at.
Yeah.
Even though
especially
I can imagine
now Suzuki are back at the front and fighting for podiums, you don't want to.
Even though I can imagine, even if he does
worse.
well, like if he gets podiums, I can imagine if Lorenzo approached Team Nav, they'll choose him over Iannone.
Yeah.
Even if he was doing well, but hopefully not, because you know he's always exciting to see because he's just mad. They don't call him Crazy Joe for for no reason. So that will be exciting if he can be up there. Like if we go to Jerez and both of them are up there for Suzuki, that's going to be very very cool. Hopefully Suzuki can win a race this year. So we've seen Ducati win, we've seen Honda win, and we've seen a satellite factory kind of Honda hybrid malarkey thing win. So it'll be nice to see Suzuki take a win and be competitive throughout the whole season out of that, because we've seen them, like I said to you, they have been consistently up the front every single Grand Prix so far this season. Obviously Qatar, Rins crashed. Argentina, he could have won that race, but a couple of little rookie errors, got a podium, and then Austin, another podium. So they're a team to look out for sure.
It's good. But just Suzuki, I mean, Rossi commented on it. It's not like one thing that they've improved on. It's everything.
Yeah,
and
it's absolutely everything.
It's just good to see, really, that they're improving, and
I know,
they're focusing on the bike and not on electronics or they're focusing on their whole package
Aprilia should have done. They should have took the same approach,
definitely,
kind of to Suzuki. Obviously, KTM, they have an approach that's like Suzuki's, but it's more like a long-term thought instead of like let's do something for this weekend. They're thinking about the future because they obviously have zero data at all. So they will be up there probably somewhat soon, you would have thought. But Suzuki, definitely a team to look out for, especially going into Europe, and especially Rins, because we couldn't see his full potential last year in Europe. Obviously, he had those injuries, and he's super quick this year. He's injury-free as of now, knowing our luck, or he's lucky he might go and pick up an injury in training or something. Hopefully not, because I do want to see him up there. Just seeing both Suzukis up in the leading group. Imagine like Suzuki P1, P2, for example. That would be quite exciting. To see a new manufacturer, well, it's not like new, but like a new challenger up there consistent. That could be quite cool. I do like the Suzuki. The whole livery is quite just nice. The blue, the yellow, it's all very cool. Valentino Rossi though, P4 for Yamaha. I did think he was gonna get Iannone, to be honest, but
so did I. But Iannone obviously,
Iannone just pulled the pin quicker at the end. Dobby.
Fair play to him.
I mean, yeah. Dobby, P5 on the Ducati. Pretty good race from him. He took the race, the championship lead after this weekend. I think that was pretty much the max that he could do.
I mean,
that Ducati, to be honest, doesn't look good at all.
Like the commentary said in the race. Going into this race, nobody would have said Dovizioso had the pace to be with Zarco. He was struggling. Dovizioso
they slapped on the wings for Dobby at what was it, Saturday maybe?
Saturday, I think. Saturday quali, I think they put the wings on.
And he said, it feels quite a bit better. So if they gave him that to start off the weekend, could have
on Friday, he could have worked around that and worked with that and
thingy. But that
a bit closer to the podium. But
this year it was supposed to lean better through the corners. Qatar looked super good. Obviously, he took the win for the first time in a long time. Argentina, meh. Obviously, there was all sorts of craziness going on in that race.
You would have thought as well.
Austin, it didn't look good at all.
They say the bike can turn, great. So Austin's got a lot of them turny corners, like the change of direction, the tight hairpins. It's not bad on acceleration, and it's got ridiculous top end speed. That ticks all the boxes for this circuit. But
then you look at it, and it looked like a flop. It looked like it was just leaning and not hitting
really
a single apex.
Look good at all.
Lorenzo's one looked disgusting. And
Lorenzo.
all the older Ducatis were just lapping faster, so it was
I mean,
a bit sad, really. But I think that will switch
know.
going into Jerez and forward. I think that will all go back to
Yeah.
normal because Ducati did say Argentina and Austin. Don't look at our results. That's not important. Don't focus on them.
Just ignore us. We're not here.
We should see them go back up, especially Lorenzo. I mean, for God's sake, if he's going to be finishing down there all the time, I mean, that's just going to be just depressing. I mean, P11. I mean, obviously, yeah, it's Austin. Like, the bike doesn't go well. He doesn't even like the track.
No.
But even he was shocked. He said after, it was like, what? I don't know. What happened there?
He said as well, this bike, the GPA team, it tires him out more on the brakes and change the direction. He says he has to work harder on the bike. So that, I don't know.
Because a lot of people say,
honestly, I think Ducati fixed one thing, but they've also
the damage like another part. But we'll soon see.
That's what I kind of was on about to you in the past that I want in the game. So I think that might have happened with Ducati.
Well, hopefully when we go to Europe, they're both back up there again, like last year. Because I remember Austin and Argentina last year was a bit.
I mean, Dovi, like I was thinking earlier, when, like you said, when we get to Jerez and Le Mans and Mugello and all those circuits that they go well at, Dovi's in a good position to go into Europe leading the championship. He's come out of obviously Qatar winning the race and 2 very difficult weekends for weather reasons. Obviously Austin, the whole track situation with the bumps and that, and then also the track in general, and to come out leading the championship, he's
very good.
I think he's got a big advantage,
especially if he does go well in Jerez, Le Mans, and all that.
Yeah,
because
he came out of nowhere really in last year when he was in the championship. Where I mean, I don't really know where he was in the championship going into Jerez, but
I don't even know where he was in Jerez or Le Mans races, because obviously Lorenzo was up there in Jerez. So, because obviously if Lorenzo was up there in last year, you would have thought Dobby can be too. So this year, I think when we get to Jerez, we'll see Ducati back to normal, because these 2 tracks are the bogey tracks. So it should be good. We should see Lorenzo back.
Is gonna be...
He feels super confident going into Jerez. He's like, I just want to go there. I just want to go over to Europe.
Jerez is going to be one of those weekends. It's going to be a very, very interesting weekend, because last year we had the Yamahas just suffer completely.
And now it's like the opposite for Yamaha. They've reawoken.
And then we're going to see whether or not Lorenzo could find the form that he had last year at Jerez, obviously picking up the podium. He equalled Ross's Ducati podium record as well, where last year 3 podiums. So
it'll be quite cool if they do go super well in Jerez, and if he took the win, that would be good.
That would be yeah.
Because he definitely needs a win or a podium or something.
He needs something to boost his confidence, because I think
he was up there in Europe.
The one thing is getting to Lorenzo is Lorenzo. His head is just getting to him, and
he's like Lorenzo in a way.
Yeah, Lorenzo kind of rides with his heart on the sleeve, and if something affects him, about it, he starts having a bit of a tantrum in the box, shaking his head.
Yeah, he definitely has some anger issues.
We saw in Austin, he was like, when you're trying to focus and you shake your head, like proper aggressive to try and get your head in the mind frame that you need to be in. He did that. I don't know if you saw that. He like proper shook his head like, come on, hey, concentrate. And
he looks a bit lost.
He just looked
at the
all
moment.
at sea, really.
But then again, I think Ducati in general are just lost. The last year's bike has been doing good where they've not been doing good. So
and then going back to Jerez, obviously Yamaha and Lorenzo, and then also you mentioned a couple of days ago KTM last year. They did very well last year at Jerez. Whether or not they can continue to form,
because Europe, like the start of Europe, is when lots of teams bring upgrades and stuff. So
yeah.
Because it's like I don't know. It's like a fresh start in a way to the season.
I think I said it this time last year. It's when the season properly starts for me.
It's when you can tell who's going to be competitive and who's not. I mean, you would have thought from already Marquez, Vinales, maybe Rossi, Dobby. They're like the main ones, you know. You'll see Suzuki's up there. Pedrosa, don't know, because obviously he got took out in Argentina, which has put him back quite a bit, and then that injury in Austin. And then Lorenzo has had a catastrophic start to the season. So you would have
worst
thought
start to the season ever.
You would have thought he might be out of the battle now, but you never know. Like if he wins Jerez and that bike is super good, and they get consistent P1, P2s or whatever, you never know.
I mean,
it is Lorenzo at the end of the day. He's a 5-time world champion. You never know what he can do, but it looks a bit dodgy at the moment. But yeah. Hopefully, when we do the Jerez, let's talk about when you do it, because I won't be doing it.
Yes, I will be riding solo for that one.
Hopefully, you're there saying so Lorenzo's took the win and blah blah blah. So you know,
only
just have some different winners. But
where were we? Zarco.
We have Zarco on the Tech 3 Yamaha. Head over Danny Pedrosa, who obviously rode with the damaged.
Great ride from Danny with that
wrist. Yeah, very good ride. P7.
Again, he seemed to be. He managed to get a lap in when it counted to get himself into Q2, but that race pace, it always looked like
I mean, at the
just
start
wasn't there,
he was
like
there.
The pain, and then
kind of.
He was there.
I was at the start of the race with all the antibiotics and the painkillers and everything just shoved into his hand or whatever.
Yeah.
He was up there, and then mid-race, I would say, 3/4 of the way, you could see he was struggling, and you could just see him going further and further and further back, and Rabat getting a bit closer, but then obviously Rabat was so far back, he was never going to catch him. But it was a very good race. 9 points, which is obviously important, because if he hadn't done that race, you know, that would have been another 25 points, because he wouldn't have got any points at all. That he would have been behind the leaders. So it was a good race from him. Hopefully he can get well for Jerez, because obviously we saw Jerez last year. He was just the boom, get wrecked kind of pace. So you know we do need a bit of Danny. I do hope he switches manufacturer. There's lots of obviously rumours that he is going to be going, but now apparently Zarco's already signed for KTM, which is just mad.
I know. Madness. And it's like I keep saying to you, all these rumours that we hear and we go, we'll do a video on HRS for News, see how it does. They come true. It's just a bit interesting, really. But next up,
there's a rumour going around that Lorenzo's going to win Jerez with WP2. So yeah, that's going to happen, because everything that HMSB today is to do.
Rabat and Miller,
great finish
and Knights. Good little battle that they had on the final lap, apparently.
Oh, I don't think they even show it. I mean, I don't remember seeing it. I remember
just
seeing Marquez waving to the crowd, which was
all the
mega entertaining.
All the interviews from the team and the riders saying, we had a good little battle. Jack Miller, obviously, I don't know how many people know, but he dislocated his shoulder in
I didn't know that. I don't think they said it on
TV
at all at any point.
That kind of obviously held him back a little bit, but obviously nobody knew about it, and it didn't stop him too much because he got P9. But yeah, I kind of thought, like, I was looking at the tower on the TV, and I was thinking, why is Miller down in like 18th, 19th? And then obviously that might explain it. He was just struggling with that a little bit. But that was not too bad for him. Aleix Espargaro P10. Pretty good.
Not bad.
For him.
Apparently,
did something happen to him throughout the weekend? I don't know. I just seem to have a feeling.
Apparently, what was it that you tagged me in before? Was it Prix?
I tagged you in a lot of things.
Have a big surprise coming in Jerez.
Oh yes, they have a big surprise coming for the rest of the season, and they reckon that this is where their top 5 bikes that they said they had at the start.
Imagine that. Imagine if I'm sat at Jerez.
And you've got I'm talking to you on the phone. With Scott Redding,
you're like, imagine like you're busy on the race day. And you're like, right, just tell me what's going on. I'm like, yeah, sure. So here we go, lap 1. Aleix Espargaro is P1 with Scott Redding P2. got Lorenzo in P3, and you're just like, what madness is that? But you never know, because they have. I don't really know what the package is. It's inconsistent. Like sometimes you see that Aprilia up there in the leading group. He does tend to fall off, Espargaro, but you know he's there, which is important. The bike has the pace to be there, not to stay there, because obviously he falls off. And P10 not too bad. Yeah, they do have like a massive upgrade or whatever it's going to be, or a totally brand new
I
bike.
could
It
just
might not even
imagine.
be the
I could
same
just
bike
imagine
at all.
if I was busy and I'm like, yeah, just keep me updated. You're like, so end of lap one, the top six, right, is 6 different manufacturers, and I'm like,
I mean, imagine
what?
that. Just
That
be
would
mad.
be
I mean, I hope
too
KTM
much
brings
for
something
me.
soon. Because like they said in the we'll get to KTM in a bit, but like I was saying in one of the interviews, you know, they're going like bit by bit for like the future. They're not really doing stuff for each weekend.
Yeah.
So that kind of like a lot of people see them like, wow, they're going so slow, but they're not even worrying about what's right now. They're worrying about the future because that's obviously when they want to be winning. They don't want to do a good weekend and then have to completely switch everything for the next weekend and then completely have to switch it again for another weekend. They just want to focus on one thing, which is get to the top. But they're not even doing too bad. I mean, they're fighting Aprilia constantly. Aprilia, obviously, they said they want to beat KTM this year. I don't know who's winning between the two. Because Scott Redding isn't exactly doing anything on that bike. But then again, nor is Bradley Smith. It's just kind of like the two Espargaros are doing everything on these bikes. The Aprilia and the KTM.
So, Aprilia side of things, Alecia's on 6 points and Redding's on 4. KTM side of things,
10.
Bradley is on 0 and Paul is on 8.
So I mean that's 8-10, and obviously Pole doing all the work there. But yeah, well hopefully we do see an upgrade come from KTM soon because it'll be a bit worrying for them. You know, their challenge to Aprilia if they do bring like a super good bike in a couple of weeks' time. But then we got Lorenzo in P11, like we said before, ahead of Danilo Petrucci, another GP18 bike.
Slow down. I've got a very important question to ask because I sent you a message. Did I give you a stat this morning or yesterday about Lorenzo and amount of the percentage of the races is finished in the top 10?
Yeah.
What was it? Because I can't find it. I was looking for it all over the place.
I think you said.
A third. So a third of Lorenzo's races at Ducati have been top 10. Okay. Thank you. I was scrolling through the chat and I scrolled right up until yesterday when I sent you that mod crash
it's quite
thing. I couldn't find it anywhere. Amount, that. So yeah, finally.
It's quite a decent amount that, but yeah, that once again, like Lorenzo, Danilo Petrucci on that GP18 isn't really doing anything either.
No.
When he would always be up there, especially last year. So, don't know. The GP18 it's not doing too well at these bogey tracks, but it's a good job we only need to race on them once. So hopefully no more of these banter results for the Alma Pramac Racing rider. But he is ahead of Pol Espargaro on that Red Bull Factory KTM P13.
Yep.
Good race from Pol. He's always just doing that extra bit in the actual Grand Prix over Smith. I don't know what Smith is doing so much. I don't know why Smith, like he's 10 seconds behind his own teammate, Bradley Smith.
I mean, Pole was behind Bradley for most of the race, and then all of a sudden Bradley just went backwards. It was like, can it? He was there in a position that you would expect him to be. Bradley was, I think, 12th, and then he just went back. Like he just practically stopped. And I don't really know why or how.
Bradley Smith, he isn't like an awful rider, but Pol Espargaro absolutely overshadows him on this bike. And KTM, they need like these double point scoring because it'll help them go forward.
Pol as well, he got into Q2, then he got penalised for impeding a rider, but it's because
if Smith can just give that little extra bit, double points for KTM will obviously help the progress quicker. Yeah, and he does need to actually kind of do something because if not, he's going to be out of that team. Well, he might even be out of that team already. The way all these rumours are going, apparently.
Well, yeah, the way that KTM have been. The way that media has been saying KTM.
It's been like all of a sudden, and all of them, and they're pretty much saying it's true. There's no rumour about it. It's true. And Zarco's just straight up not saying anything. So I mean, who knows? But if it is true, just want to point it out there that I talked about that a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
I have inner sources, the Austrians, they started speaking to me and they're like, hey, we're going to do this, and I was like, oh, that's dope, that's cool. So, yeah, we obviously knew that was going to happen. And top rookie for this weekend was one which was unexpected. All right, Takaki Nakagami on that LCR Honda Idemitsu. In P14, 2 points to his name. I thought the top rookie was going to be Franco Morbidelli, to be honest. Or maybe even Siren, because Siren looked good all
in
weekend.
The championship, at the moment, top rookie is Siren, 9 points.
Because, Morbidelli looked quite good throughout the weekend, and then the race came, and he just suddenly... Because he was up, and then suddenly just meh. But
I don't know what happened to Paul Morbidelli.
Me neither. I mean, he finished behind someone that we don't speak of. So, I don't know. That just doesn't happen there. But, Takaki Nakagami, though, good race.
Good
Not
race,
too bad for him. 2 points to his name, another points finish. Well, maybe before his first points finish, that's Spence.
No.
But I believe he has been in the points before.
He has got 5 points.
And then Alvaro Bautista picks up the final point for Angel Nieto team. Alvaro Bautista is another rider that you look at and it's like, why is he still there? He's not exactly doing brilliant. I mean, I don't know, it might be the bike this year. He's not adapted well to it.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I mean,
where was he in the championship last year?
He's not exactly doing wonders.
12th last year.
But they could risk it. Yeah, because he's been in MotoGP even for ages now, and he's not done what. Like, remember when he was on that Gresini Honda? Yeah. He was up there quite a bit at times. San Carlo bike, he was up there a couple of times. Suzuki was up there, but lately he's just not been up there much. So they could just take a risk and be like, right, let's just throw Nagata on this, Bassini on this, or Baldassarre. Just take a risk in Moto2 and see what they can do. But instead they just keep re-signing these old riders. Yeah. These are old riders now.
I mean, Bautista as well, he has a very good relationship with Nieto's, or the Angel Nieto team.
Because if I was a team, I wouldn't care if I have a good relationship or not. I'd want the results. So I
believe he rode for them in the past, a bit like Rabat and Avintia. Rode for them in the past. I think that might be why they're kind of hanging on to him. But yeah, he was ahead of, like we mentioned, Bradley Smith, Scott Redding down in 17th. I know Aprilia actually did a test after the race on Monday as well. Luti in 18th. Crutchlow crashed out, lost the championship lead. He's down in 19th. Simeon 20th. Morbidelli is 21st. Then the guys who crashed out was Rins. The guy who some of you asked for a Let's Talk on, sorry, Rin, don't really know what to say now in that Let's Talk. And
I mean, we can do it. He did do progress in the weekend, but I mean, he looked better.
He was
but overall,
the Q2 spots for a while.
The weekend was very negative. I mean, crashing on an outlap, almost getting an injury, or maybe even picking up like a small bit of pain injury or whatever, and then crashing in the race. It was a debatable weekend. But he does learn from these things, and we will see him come back nice and strong in Jerez for the Europe.
But then the question is, he's on the 2017 bike, so are we going to see a repeat of last year with Rossi and...
I'm not sure, because they don't have identical setups, obviously. It's the same frame, but it's totally different.
Yeah.
Way of doing things.
Only time will tell.
I don't know, we'll soon see. But if he is all the way back there, I imagine he'll just switch to the 2016 frame, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Pretty much what the factory riders have done. I don't know. At that
point, I'm not sure. I think
maybe, possibly. We'll soon see what happens.
Of the technical information, because I know you have to present to Mike Webb or whoever it is who does that side of things what you're going to use in Qatar, and that's for what you use in the seasons. I don't know whether you have to say this is the frame or I'm going to use these frames. I don't know. But the championship standings very, very quickly before we round off this video. How long have we been going for? This is going to 1 hour and 29 minutes. Okay.
Yep.
Dovizioso then leading the way, like we said. Pretty good for him to go into Europe on top. Just by 1 point though. Ahead of Marc Marquez. Maverick Vinales in third, 41 points. Crutchlow in fourth. Fifth for Johan Zarco, joint points as well. He's on 38 points. And I did actually look today. If Rossi hadn't got taken out in Argentina, he would have been in between them two as well. Or maybe just above them. I think he had 39 points if he wasn't taken out. So he would have been there, but unfortunately, we all know what happened. Iannone is 6th, 31 points. Rossi 7th, 29 points. Miller in 8th on 26 points. Rabat 22 points. And round out the top 10 is Petrucci on 21 points. Then Pedrosa on 18 points. Rins on 16. Siren on 9. Paulo Spargo on 8. Alessio Spargo on 6. Jorge Lorenzo in 16th on 6. Morbidelli on 6. Nakagami on 5. Redding 4. Bautista 4. Carol Abraham 1. Luti and Smith and Simeon all 0 points on the board after the first 3 races. I think we're done now.
Yeah, well, at least today didn't go on forever. I mean, it was a pretty boring Grand Prix weekend in general. I think, well, I think our F1's going to be, I would say it would have been a longer one if I was here too. But if you record it on the day, when you know it was just you probably get it through it quite quick. Whereas if it was both here and a lot of stuff happened in the weekend, we'll be waffling on about it forever and ever.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the thing, when you do it kind of solo, you just do it.
Yeah, you just kind of get straight to the point and just.
Whereas you're actually doing it. Whereas when it's like 2 people, we have a conversation, we talk.
Yeah, exactly. We have a conversation, and then we start waffling on about other topics, and then we start kind of talking about things that are not even relevant anymore. And it just goes all over the place, like right now, for example. But that was the LT, the Let's Talk, the race analysis, or whatever it's called these days. Oh, my headphone. For the Austin Grand Prix round 3 of the season. And now we'll be going to Europe next. You will not see me, I don't think, in the next Let's Talk. It depends, because if you don't do it on the day, I won't be here.
I will be doing it on the day. It will be done and uploaded Sunday night, Monday. But I do want to add, this is not 100% confirmed yet, but you might see a vlog. Jamie said, great.
Jamie just said, I'm good. You put me under pressure. I mean, yeah, I might try.
You guys want to see? I was going to do it for BSB.
We could put a poll. I mean, yeah, because you put
the weather wasn't great.
Yeah.
And all that. But yeah, there'll be a poll in the top right-hand corner of the screen if you pressed it.
And we'll put one on the Instagram too.
Be on there. Instagram, go over to that.
I mean,
I did put a poll the other week on saying, would you like to see more vlogs? That was when I was deciding to do the BSB one, and people said yes. So if you want to see a vlog, let us know in the comments below, or use the poll up on there, and we will try our best to bring you over the year. I'll be going to Silverstone. I might vlog that. Don't know yet.
Because I can vlog easily, but the only thing that for me is awkward is just people just
in public
seeing me. Like, what's that?
Just like, why is he talking to a camera?
But obviously, when you have like a crowd that you know they're going to watch, it's not too bad because you know that people are going to watch. So you're going to go for that little awkward phase, but then you're never going to see those people ever again in your life. Well,
exactly.
You're probably never going to see them again in your life, and you're gaining the views and entertainment. It's all good. Just I'll probably do it. Just we'll see. I mean, it'll probably happen. There's no really reason for me not to do it. Unless I get attacked or something, you never know. Someone might see me and be like, "Whoa, pipe it down with that camera." I don't know what merch I'm going to buy this year.
Yeah, that would be. Right, stop going off on one and just wrap it up.
Just out here debating, like, what merch should I get? I've got Maverick, got Rossi, got Lorenzo. But guys, that was the end. Yeah, I got the score in 8 hours. Doesn't matter though. It's not really important. That was the end of it. That was the Austin weekend. Leave it down in the comment section your opinion on the race, your little rating out of 10 or whatever you want to do, and all that malarkey. And then also we'll see you for the I say you will see them all for the Jerez LT, and you'll see me down in the comment section saying good video.
You will.
So if you enjoyed, leave a like. Subscribe for more content as always. Follow us on the social medias and turn on post notifications so you can get the latest news. And that is it from me. Me.
Yep, and that's it from me. Just turn the bell on as well. You missed the notification bell on YouTube so you get notified whenever we upload a brand new video. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching and goodbye.